Do our words matter? I like oxymorons. You know, those words that by themselves mean something opposite, but when put together seem to take on new meaning. I know some of these may only work in English, but have you ever ordered jumbo shrimp? You know, the word shrimp usually indicates something very tiny. So can you really have jumbo shrimp? Here are some others you may want to think about. They've become so common in our daily speech that we don't think of how incongruous they are. How about awfully good? Or one that we use a lot, bittersweet. Or how about this, civil war? Or, I like this, a definite possibility. Or here's another one similar to that, exact estimate. Isn't this crazy? How about a few more? You hear this all the time. Old news, or original copy, or plastic silverware, or virtual reality, or a working vacation. They're fun to think about, but here's an oxymoron you probably don't hear. Easy sacrifice. The Apostle Paul urged his brothers and sisters in Christ to present your bodies a living and holy sacrifice, acceptable to God, which is your spiritual service of worship. That's from Romans 12. Paul certainly knew what sacrifice was all about. He had been through much in his Christian life: beatings, imprisonment, shipwrecked, hauled before courts and magistrates because of his faith. Paul would have never put the word easy and sacrifice together. The Lead Like Jesus online devotional recently spoke of sacrifice, and they wrote, "Sacrifice involves doing what is right and best, what honors God regardless of the cost. Sacrifice says that God and others are more important than me." Sacrifice has a cost, but the goal and benefits are worth it. Jesus sacrificed himself for the whole world. I know it's not too much fun to think of the kind of sacrifice Paul wrote about. Many Christians today are dealing with sacrifice. In countries like Iran, a high price is often paid for following Jesus. It's getting increasingly difficult in many places in our world for those who are dedicated believers. A few in the United States have had to make great sacrifices to hold to their biblical beliefs. For most of us, sacrifice for our faith simply means being a bit uncomfortable. It may be an irritation or an inconvenience. That may change. The devotional I read ended with two probing questions. Who is He, God, calling you to sacrifice yourself for? And the other question, what sacrifice is He calling you to make? Jesus paid the ultimate sacrifice, His death on the cross, that we might have hope for eternity with God. Jesus' sacrifice bridged the gap between us, sinful beings, and a holy God. And Jesus did it willingly. Easy sacrifice? Never. Essential, though, for our faith? A resounding yes. If you want to learn more about the worldwide impact of this ministry and our great global partners, visit our website, MEDIALLIANCE.cc. And while there, you can make a donation to the work we do in building up Christian media leaders in over 40 countries. And you can help us grow the impact of these videos by liking, subscribing, and sharing them. Thanks, and God's best.